Our U.S. president is expected to arrive here on Wednesday in Tel Aviv at Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's invitation. And the White House statement says the trip is to demonstrate the U.S. steadfast support of Israel in face of Hamas' brutal attacks. And also this also will try to find out the consultation on the next steps, which would include two major issues, of course. First one is the Israel's next stage of the war, the offensive against the Hamas in the Gaza region. And the second, of course, as Noor mentioned, the relief efforts in the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. So responding to these two conflicting issues, Joe Biden, in his latest remarks, says that entering, I quote, Gaza and taking out extremists is a necessary requirement for Israeli forces. So, of course, Israeli officials also echo that their aim is really clear to just wipe out the Hamas leadership and just destroy the Hamas military capabilities. And the White House statement also noted that the president will also reiterate that Hamas does not stand for the Palestinian people's right to dignity and self-determination, a rhetoric that some in the Islamic world would disagree. So, for example, Iran and Lebanon's Hezbollah, which nowadays exchanging fires with Israel on Lebanon's southern border. So Joe Biden is also scheduled to meet with the leaders from Egypt, Jordan, and as well as Palestinian authorities in Amman, where the humanitarian relief would be discussed. And I believe that the leaders from that meeting would, of course, want to strike a humanitarian assistance deal then.
You've talked about the diplomatic road ahead. Have we heard from the Israeli military about their expected ground assault in Gaza?
Yes, the Israeli troops are now preparing for what they call the next stage of the war. The army spokesperson also said that it might not be the ground incursion and ground invasion as expected, but it might be something different. But I think the goal, as mentioned, is quite certain to get those Israeli hostages in Gaza back and then remove or wipe out the Israeli leadership, Hamas leadership. This is quite certain. But as reports say that the Gaza Health Ministry also said that now the airstrikes in the region has killed at least 2,000 civilians, and also the Hamas claimed 13 hostages killed. So this is not what the world wants to hear, because this is targeting the civilians, and we also see civilian buildings destroyed. So that could be a wider pressure. But of course, as mentioned, that certainly Biden's coming to Israel would serve to ease that pressure. But we are not quite sure about what could be the next step. But of course, for the Israeli military, that could be reasonable for them to adjust their original plans.
Zhou Jiaxin in Tel Aviv, thank you very much.